All right. Yo, yo, yo. What is up? It is us. 3 Count Nation. But fuck this intro. Kenny said he's gonna do a better one.
Welcome to 3 Count Nation. I am your host, KT, and that is your boy.
That wasn't it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The one where you were like Vince McMahon. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Man, I'm keeping
Welcome to 3 Count Nation, where we strive to survive. Tonight, we talk about Survivor Series. Whew. Did you get all that? Did you get it?
I mean, it did. It's just like, damn.
What a maneuver! Oh, sorry. What a maneuver! There it is.
Wow.
Hey, man. Yeah, there's different levels of Vince. There's 80s, like, gruff, giving you an intro Vince. Then there's late 80s, what a maneuver Vince. And then there's Vince. You know, the boss. You're fired. That one.
The one where he like dance sometimes.
Yeah, where he like gyrates his arms and he walks like.
Oh, you mean where he was mocking Conor McGregor?
Is that I think Conor McGregor got that walk from Vince McMahon. Because,
sure.
I mean,
you're gonna give credit to some old guy about what some young guy is doing.
Yes,
wow.
Because as you know, everybody steals from everybody when it comes to.
Vince McMahon has never stolen anything.
No, you know. Hey, listen. We're gonna yeah. let's just not go where the Vinceisms. Dude.
You mean bro?
Bro. Yes, as Matt Riddle walked across our screen here, we're watching
wearing sandals.
NXT TakeOver. We're rewatching it because this past weekend there was so much wrestling. Locally and internationally, and if you're like most folks, WWF fans, there was Survivor Series. And also NXT TakeOver. And then New Japan World Tag League also started this past weekend. Joey Janela's LA Confidential took place this past weekend too. Survivor Series. So this is a thing now. Whenever it's like one of the big 4 events happens, like it's basically just a weekend for wrestling and whatever that time may be.
It's been that way for like the last couple of years.
Yeah, I guess. But you know what? I guess I paid attention to it for WrestleMania. I didn't realize it was happening along the lines of like also with Survivor Series. And,
yeah, they did it for. I remember specifically the year Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble in 2016. There were several events in Philadelphia that weekend.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because Tommy Dreamer was having his event that weekend.
House of Hardcore.
Yeah,
right?
and like 2 other like
probably Joey Janela's GCW. Like the GCW usually has a show wherever there's a big pay-per-view because. When I finally kind of caught up, I guess I was a little behind on this. I'll freely admit. I watched maybe 2 WrestleManias ago when they were in New Orleans again. I ended up
that was this year.
Oh, was it this year?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like it's been the past 2 years they've been in New Orleans, or 4 years?
Because they lost Brock Lesnar, beat the streak, and Daniel Bryan also.
Dude, they have been in New Orleans so damn much that it all just runs together. But whatever year I decided to watch, it was the year that Matt Riddle wrestled Suzuki in a ring without ropes. And I also watched PCO fight Walter, and it blew my mind. It made me a PCO fan. So
not a Walter fan?
Oh yeah, oh dude, yes. Walter was also phenomenal in that match. So I definitely came out of that weekend just learning about some new wrestlers, not new wrestlings, new wrestlers. So that happened again with the Survivor Series. There were a couple of things in LA along with Survivor Series and NXT TakeOver. So, did you watch how much did you get to watch this weekend before we get into all of our?
I only watched War Games and I watched bits and pieces of Survivor Series before my company got over.
Okay. Wow. I went to a show on Friday night here locally. Went to an indie show, freelance wrestling. I did watch Takeover. I caught a bit of the GCW show. I watched I watched Nick Gage put David Arquette through a lot of light tubes.
Wait, where was the GCW show?
That is at I think it was at a bar, like one of Joe. Not the place that Joey Ryan usually has his stuff at, but it was at a bar.
No, where?
It was in LA.
Oh,
Yeah, that one, I watched that online. Yeah, sorry, I didn't actually go to LA to watch that one. I watched that one online after I got back from the show I was at. Watched Takeover. Didn't get to watch any of the New Japan stuff, so I'll probably be watching that tonight after we finish recording this, because I have a feeling I'm not going to be a fan of Raw. Maybe kind of, sort of, as we probably turn it on here pretty soon. I did watch most of Survivor Series. There were times where I turned away to watch the Bears game because the Bears are like a big deal in Chicago again, and I only watch with my brother, so it's my family time. So we watched the Bears games together. So I had it on in the background. So I saw most of the matches, but also the matches I didn't care for, I kind of tuned out. But actually, there weren't a lot of matches to do that to in the show. Actually,
yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what would you really not care for?
Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah, we'll get there. So yeah, I think there's a lot to discuss. There's so much that's been going on at all the shows. So let's just get into it. Let's start with news. If you're just tuning into the wrestling world, Becky Lynch is basically the man. And unfortunately,
not basically.
No, she is the man. But unfortunately, she got rocked.
She got Ronda Rousey.
She got rocked by Nia Jax. Accidental punch broke her nose. She unfortunately was also concussed along with that broken nose. So she was out of her Survivor Series match with Ronda Rousey. Although that didn't stop her from still taking shots at Ronda on Twitter, which have been tremendous. Did you see the Twitter response where Becky basically wrote over Ronda Rousey's Funko Pop? Okay,
No.
Yeah, it was great. She basically she just like photoshopped the man onto the forehead of the Funko Pop of Ronda Rousey and retweeted it back at Ronda. It is tremendous. Like Ronda Rousey has been getting dunked on by Becky Lynch on Twitter, even though we didn't get to see that match. So, were you okay with who replaced her?
I mean, there was no other suitable replacement.
Yeah, Charlotte ends up replacing Ronda in said match, so we'll get there once we talk about Survivor Series proper. But that was the main news, is that a couple of booking decisions happened that changed.
Yeah, and they're also changing up Starrcade too because of what happened last week on SmackDown, as well as Becky Lynch being unable to compete. She's not doing Starrcade.
Yeah, she's not doing it. I say she's supposed to be in a cage match with Charlotte. I mean, we all kind of knew that was going to happen too. I think the bigger thing that shocked me, all of Tuesday afternoon last week on wrestling Twitter, there were rumblings about a booking decision and a change that may happen, like big time in terms of like a title. The only title that's been worth anything on SmackDown really has been the WWE Championship.
No, the women's title.
Well, obviously, but besides that, yeah, because tag team been whatever, even and then whatever. Yeah, the Shinsuke just been. They haven't given Shinsuke anything to do. Not his fault. That's creative, but all day on Twitter, John. I don't know if you saw it. I saw a lot of professional wrestling journalists who were like, "You all should probably watch SmackDown tonight," because they had all basically been given a spoiler of, guess what? AJ Styles' run as title holder is done. He loses to Daniel Bryan.
I'm really really surprised that AJ still doesn't have a cup.
Yeah, like, how is that still... Like, how are you... You've been nutshotted by...
For the past 2.5 years. Longer. Almost 3 years.
So, basically, he's being kicked in the nuts by 2018 and 2017. Basically.
2016. Remember Dean Ambrose?
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was literally dangling on the rope. There was a whole thing on there when he was a heel.
So, Daniel Bryan is now heel.
Yeah, and it's good.
How you like me now?
I prefer heel Daniel Bryan.
Heel Daniel Bryan is what is best for business, brother.
Best for business.
Best for business.
I am the game. Get ready for 15 minutes for a scene.
But
Sin.
You got it?
10.
Okay. There it is. Okay. So, Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan, not AJ Styles.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was the dream match pretty cool.
I'm very happy about it. The fact that we'll get into the match.
Yeah, I'm about to say
there's some cool shit about that match.
Yeah, two heels. Yeah, two heels going at it in a different way. So we'll get there. Now to some more wild stuff. So the James Ellsworth.
Yeah, sending some nudies to a minor.
What is it? 1976? What are we doing here? Like we're like, you hear? Okay, so I've become like a historian of like old wrestling, and one thing that follows wrestling back is this idea of dating underage girls, and it's gross. It is creepy, and it's something that in 2018 I can't believe we're having to have this discussion about somebody currently allegedly sending dick pics to a 16-year-old girl. Like
not
what?
Just dick, like full body naked nudes, yo.
Oy. James Ellsworth, what?
He lost. He literally. So because of that, he lost a podcast. He lost a YouTube channel feature for one of those big toy opener, toy opening YouTube channels. I think Grimm is what it's called. He was being booked for this wrestling event over the 3-day weekend.
Yeah,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday that he was pulled from as well.
You know, and he's an intergender champion. I'm sure that there's some booking there that's got to be switched up.
Oh, that's his belt.
That's his. Oh, that's his belt. Okay, I thought that actually belonged to somebody.
Nah,
okay.
Nah, he bought that.
Well, there you go. Yeah. There's nothing else to say about this, but
nope.
Don't do that.
Right?
Like, period.
Or because there's a rumor about that, and I'm not saying it's true, I'm literally saying it's a rumor, is that the reason that's why the young lady is not pressing charges is because she's lying. But her response is there's no reason to press charges. What are the police going to do about it?
Well, it's illegal. It's distributing more like porn to a minor.
That's what her argument was on Twitter. She literally said it on her Twitter.
That she said what?
What are the police going to do? What am I going to call the police for? What are they going to do?
That what I just said. That's
but you're not.
Oh,
I don't need to know.
Oh, she's saying
that's she's saying.
Oh,
she doesn't believe the police will do anything because Ellsworth has money, he ties lawyers, etc., etc.
She's overreacting to what she thinks James Ellsworth has. He's not. He's still just a wrestler. She should absolutely, if it's true, she should absolutely press charges because there's no room in wrestling for anything like that. Period.
And
especially when apparently there are like, I'm on the page now. I'm not clicking on the video of his supposed nakedness. But if they actually have, if there's video online of that, then it's real. Press charges.
Well, that's if it was actually him that sent that. That was another thing I was going to say. Another rumor is that it wasn't even him that sent it. That there's someone else trying to set up James Ellsworth that had his news and they sent it as a fake account to her.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some shit.
You know what? And I guess the unfortunate part too is that you can't
put yourself in that position.
Don't talk to children like that. Like, don't give them your Snapchat. Don't ask for Snapchat. Don't ask for their Twitter handles. None of that shit. When you know they're a child, don't do that. And just don't.
The other thing is that he sent it knowingly that she was 16.
Yeah, absolutely. Knowingly. Like, if you know that you have, like, they can follow you on Twitter. You don't need to follow them.
Or don't interact with them.
Don't interact with them. Period. Like. Because I did listen to some of her like talking on Twitter or whatever. I listened to it. I was at work, obviously, but the fact that she went into his, like, she sent him a DM, like, don't accept DMs from a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know you've talked to her before, don't even just like, hey, talk to me through Twitter. Don't DM me. Like. At some point, personal responsibility has to be somewhere. Like, you have to understand these are still children. They don't know any better. You have to be the adult there. And apparently, allegedly, he was not.
He's got kids and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I hope. Has nobody learned? Like, we're in 2018. You have to learn to be respectful of people. If you're new to this, get on board. Like. I don't understand. I don't get it anymore. It's just frustrating. But go ahead.
That was all I had.
Oh, okay. All right. I think that's all the news we have. We're not
going to talk about the invasion that took place on Survivor Series because I don't support that guy either. Another supposed weirdo. He did some stuff in Phoenix, supposedly. You know, the guy who you can't teach stuff to, or like he's like. You know, almost the most non-fictional character.
Yeah, I actually have that written down for Survivor Series.
But I don't want to promote that guy.
I don't
want to give him any attention.
Did you? I think the incredible part is that how do we not see that coming? Because he got kicked off of his flight. Like I thought nothing of him. Because I didn't even watch the video. Like, it showed up once again. Twitter is funny like that. When you're trying to avoid watching something, it shows up on your timeline. And then you can't scroll fast enough, so like, bam, oh, there's the video of him on the plane I didn't care to see. It's there. It's like, oh, well, whatever. And then he's trying to hide in plain sight at the show. Like, what are you doing, pal?
Oh, no, he was hidden for a while until he took off his mask until he took off his wig and his hoodie.
So somebody had a picture of him in the hoodie. Like, they had snapped, like, on Twitter, they had already basically outed him as there. Like, somebody had posted the picture of him before he did his thing.
Yeah, but they didn't notice.
I mean, yeah, you know, they in the WWE didn't.
And he was on a hard camera, too.
Yeah, they didn't notice, but... Why would they care? Let's not even do that because you just said you didn't want to discuss him, and we're always getting ready to do that. So let's actually get to rumors. So hey, Jay Lethal, the most prestigious champion in Ring of Honor history, like he's basically held every title. He's currently the Ring of Honor champion. I think he holds the record for
longest U.S. or not U.S.
TV television title and reign. Yeah, at the same while he was also the world champion. So yeah, shouts to him. Possibly resigning with Ring of Honor.
Rumor has it that he signed a new deal. We'll see.
At this point in time, why? I mean, unless I haven't heard anything about the WWE rumbling for Jay Lethal. I personally like to see Jay Lethal in New Japan. I have a secret fantasy of Jay Lethal joining LIJ, but that'll never happen. It's just my fantasy thing that I think about. But I would love to see Jay Lethal in New Japan. But
isn't Jay Lethal a member of LIJ?
No, he was just in a match with them. He is not. You totally look up. I remember watching that match and thinking, yo, he'd look great in LIJ colors. But I'd love to see him in the WWE. But
I mean, like, bro, he's only like 32.
He's so young. And maybe also, he does the greatest Ric Flair and Macho Man impressions.
Yes.
I mean, I still need to get that Brother from Another Mother shirt of his with him and Lenny.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, that shirt is gold. Also, it was pure joy to actually get to see him wrestle at All In as Black Machismo, which was amazing.
He's only 33.
Wow. He's same age as somebody you know. I don't know who that is.
I do.
You do.
Not for much longer, though.
Oh, let's not even start that. Let's not even go there.
What's the exact date is?
No, don't even.
Because 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
17 days will be the first.
God, there's still so much wrestling left for him.
Yeah.
There really is.
Yeah.
It was fun. I used to watch him in TNA. Like, he was the best part of, like, him and Ric Flair is so, that's still such an iconic moment. Like, the back and forth between him is like, you're not Ric Flair. Like, that's the woo off they had, basically.
So, according to Wikipedia, Jay Lethal was a part-time member of LIJ.
Oh, Wikipedia said you part-timer.
From February 20th, 2016 to August 20th, 2016.
See, I don't believe in I want him full-time. I don't need part-time work. I need full-time LIJ.
Truth Martini was a one-off appearance, though. The other guy that was in the match you were talking about.
Okay.
So there was a one-off appearance. So yeah, they consider he was part of it.
Okay. Oh, cool.
But I would love to see him don the gear, though.
Yeah. Him as Black Macho in the WWE, Black Machismo in the WWE would be hilarious. But also him and LIJ as just Jay Lethal would be awesome. So let's good luck to him and wherever he resigns. Wherever company he signs to, they have an amazing worker and a talented individual. Let's go next. Remember Cody Rhodes. Dude, he's everywhere right now. Yeah. TikTok. Cody, the Bucks, Kenny Omega, the Elite basically still have a few months left of their deal. But news right now is that Cody, who actually has a knee injury, but he's still going to finish out his dates here until Wrestle Kingdom. He wants to stay in New Japan beyond his deal, which, if we're keeping up with all things Young Bucks and the Elite, where one goes, they're all going. So the idea that Cody wants to stay in New Japan means maybe they are all staying in New Japan, which would be, I think, as a fan, I think it's a better deal for them, because I look at the WWE, unless they're signing to be in NXT, which I don't think you do that if you're the Bucks and Cody. You don't sign to go to NXT. You sign
unless they're going to make that the third brand,
which we'll get there. I don't see it making sense financially to go back to just to be in NXT. Now, them going to WWE, okay. But if Cody's saying this, I think he sees the prospects of what's happening on the main roster and would prefer to like have control over what they kind of do in terms of like telling stories and, you know, selling out. Let's be real. Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, all those guys, they are a hot commodity. Everything they touch is gold. We've seen like the Rock and Rager stuff with Chris Jericho. All that stuff was a success. The All In stuff, absolute success. So whatever they do, wherever they go, it's going to be money. If Cody stays New Japan, that would be amazing. Honestly, I'd love to see him have a deep run in the G1 Classic, in the G1 Climax. That's one of my favorite. Like, you know, the G1 Climax time is my favorite time of year. Like, that's when I'm about not getting no sleep and just like watching all those matches because they're all so intense and they all tell a really good story. So the fact that Cody wasn't in it this year, and the amount of talent and the just amazing new talent that was in it just this year, adding Cody Rhodes to that mix would be incredible.
Especially if he still has the U.S. title.
Yes.
Yes. Also give it a definitive lengthy run. Someone with the definitive lengthy run with the title, as well as, you know, give him potential upon like whoever beats him. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So you can create potential storytelling.
Yeah.
Where the Elite go, I mean, for me, it doesn't really do much for me. I'm not a they're cool, but I'm an LIJ kind of guy.
That's fair. I mean, I love them both equally. Like, I'm a huge Young Bucks fan, and I'm about to drop some money on Black Friday for a couple of their shirts. But the fact that the Young Bucks have made themselves into this amazing brand. Let's get to the next rumor you had that I didn't even know about. Talk to me about this Elite promotion.
Yeah, so as Kenny mentioned a couple minutes ago that if one goes, the all go. There was a rumor circulating about a month ago about like JR, Chris Jericho, starting their own promotion from a Middle Eastern billionaire. And one of the interesting rumors from that happened after a fact was the Elite trademarked themselves, got the Elite trademark outside of Ring of Honor, outside of New Japan. So now they hold on to that name. So a rumor has it is that they're either going to go to WWE or they're going to create their own wrestling promotion. But that's just a rumor.
That's a spicy rumor. Also, do we have an update on the AJ contract negotiations, or is it just that they're starting? Are we?
They've been talking about it for about a week or so, or like 3 or 4 days. No, over a week, because that's when they really decided to pull the trigger on the Dane Bryan heel turn.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah. Also interesting note that I actually saw on Twitter this morning that reminded me of because I kind of forgot about the AJ contract stuff, that the Good Brothers contract is also up around the same time.
And Shinsuke's.
And yes, I must say all 4 of those boys.
Yep.
Between
January through April.
If they go on the market and they go back to New Japan.
Imagine AJ Styles back in New Japan.
AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega, or AJ Styles renewing his anything with Shinsuke. Like, finally us getting, like, I'll be with you. I was very disappointed in how WWE dropped the ball on the Shinsuke AJ Styles match, and they went the entertainment route, and the entertainment route sucked. And the thing is, if they're good, if the WWE was any good at their job, they'd have made it, the entertainment part, good. They failed.
I don't know. I actually dug their last 2. I think the WrestleMania match was, it was alright. I don't view, again, you know me. I don't view WrestleMania as the big show. I view SummerSlam as the big show of the year. You do. And the match they had at Money in the Bank, that was so fucking good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They've had some good matches, but the
storyline was trash.
So yeah, that's
but that's again because of WWE's subtle racism. WWE's subtle racism of the language. I'm air quoting this, by the way, audience. Language barrier that Shinsuke Nakamura possesses.
It's their inability to just do the right thing and give him a manager. Because Shinsuke can speak English. If you don't feel he can speak confidently enough to where you get him over in a certain type of way, give him a manager.
Shinsuke speaking no English.
And that's the thing. But they don't even do that well, because that was actually fun. But they stopped talking to him.
Right.
Then they just stopped talking to him.
And he disappeared.
He just disappeared.
He won the belt. And he disappeared again.
They stopped talking to him, and then all we got was basically a photo shoot of him draped in the American flag.
Knock America.
Which was cool, but if they talked to him, if they let him keep doing the no speak English, like...
No, okay, so this is why I actually was kind of excited for the no speaking English thing.
Oh, that was true.
Because we're big fans of Naito.
Yeah.
When he went to Mexico and they did the eyeball thing, I'm like, oh, they might do this with Shinsuke, just not in that manner, but in a subtle racism is going to make him snap, and he's just going to go crazy. Boy, was I mistaken. I was wrong. But we'll see what happens. He's still the U.S. title. He's still the U.S. champ. So I believe what they're doing is, and I hate I hate it because they're not doing it for a reason. They're trying to do some type of slow burn with him. For what exactly? What would that payoff be? No idea.
You have entirely too much faith in SmackDown long-term writing. SmackDown short-term writing, very good. They do quality stuff week to week. I don't trust SmackDown long-term, and I don't even get me started on Raw. But if there's a possibility that those 4 guys go back to New Japan and everybody from the Elite stays in New Japan. Oh,
you know they talk. You know they're all.
Oh, absolutely, they're all tight. So I mean, just think of the matches. Like, just
wait,
like, would they be Bullet? Like, and AJ is not Bullet Club anymore. So where does AJ? Like, there's so many good things and cool stories you could tell. And then all will be settled in the ring. And it just, I could just get really cool shit and get interested more often again. And just to see him wrestle. Because he also hasn't wrestled. He hasn't been on TV either. Like, you don't even see Shinsuke.
You saw him Sunday.
You saw him Sunday.
In a losing
effort. We're almost there.
I mean, it was a really good match, though.
It was. Injuries. Kalisto possibly was injured.
Yeah, during the match at pre-show match at Survivor Series. We're not going to talk about that because it's on the pre-show.
And it didn't count. Yeah.
We'll go into
We'll get there. And then Marco Stunt, who was a part of the
another leg injury.
A broken leg. GCW has these spots with these doors because doors are cheaper to buy than tables, and they explode like really amazing. Like, they look so fucking cool. That's apparently what happened. Yeah, you should look them up when you get a chance. Apparently, this door spot, the door was elevated a little bit too high up for the Canadian Destroyer that Eli Everfly put on Marco Stunt, and Marco Stunt probably isn't going to be wrestling for the next 6 months because it sounds like his leg is broken.
Destroyed.
Yeah. I had actually gotten in right around the time that my Twitter feed blew up, and I literally, like, Joey Janela was like, "Could somebody go check on Marco?" Like, he was freaking out.
Did he wrestle?
No, like, Joey Janela's also injured, so he just had his knee surgery.
He got injured 2 months after All In, or a month after. It was relatively quick after All In. Yeah.
So he just had knee surgery last week, so he's actually started up his rehab stuff right now. But he's still in charge. Like, he still does like all the booking for GCW. So he was. I don't know if he was there or if he was in the audience. He was like somewhere afar, but he was just tweeting like, "Somebody go check on Marco." And news was revealed that Marco has a broken leg. And he's probably going to be out for 6 weeks. 6 months, excuse me.
I just remember when Joey Janela couldn't even get to All In.
Oh, man. Joey Janela was also fun to see All In.
What a liar.
I need a pair of Joey Janela sunglasses. I may go with Joey Janela for Halloween. Just because. Long hair and a drive jacket and those dope sunglasses. But okay. Let's actually get into some pay-per-view time.
Yeah.
NXT TakeOver?
We had an actual pre-show match that we're going to count. A very quick pre-show match between Cassius, oh no, and our Lord and Savior, dude, bro. Bro. Matt Riddle. Literally, Matt Riddle out the gate, hit him with a knee. 1, 2, 3. Like, literally. Literally KO.
Yeah.
Not Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quick. On to the next match.
Shayna Baszler, the champion, versus
Kairi Sane, the pirate princess.
2 out of 3 falls match.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a hot opener.
This match was we sat here and watched it while we talked earlier stuff, and I was blown away. How fast it was! It ended pretty quickly though.
Yeah, and with all like the interference and stuff, it was an exciting match. It was a in my opinion, a proper way to actually open the show. Because imagine any other match on the card, you couldn't open the show with that.
No, you definitely would have to drawn out the rest of these matches that were on the card. I felt like this could have gone a few more minutes longer, but you're right, because of the interference, you kind of had to speed it up because, I mean, they're not, unless the ref was kicking them out, and that was not happening. He didn't, which was kind of weird.
But I was just about to say that.
So I think this is maybe the first time that I feel like I can like throw a flag on the play for an NXT takeover and challenge, because in any NXT takeover match we've watched together or separately, the officiating has always been on point.
Yeah.
Always. Even when they're taking a bump, the bump makes sense. Yes. It looks right. Everything about the refereeing, the officiating has always been crisp. Until that match on Saturday, because the moment 2 of the 4 Horsemen came out, and then Dakota Kai came out, and then Io Shirai came out, the ref should have been like, y'all gotta go. Y'all got to get up out of here. Because usually that's what we expect from an NXT match.
Yeah.
But didn't happen. I mean, it was cool because we got some really cool...
That moonsault, though? You finally saw it.
Yes.
Because you didn't see that part, right? You only saw the pin, right?
I only saw the pin.
Okay, so speaking of the pin... Sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
But speaking of the pin, Kyrie's shoulder came up 3 times in that pin. And the ref kept it going for the final fall.
Wow.
It was a 2 out of 3 falls if you all didn't know.
Oh, yeah. I made mention at the beginning. Okay. I did.
But yeah, her shoulder popped up like 3. If you want to, you can rewind it so you can actually see.
Okay.
But yeah, her shoulder popped up like 3 or 4, 3 times.
Are you thinking they're going to use it as an angle to further this? Because I don't think this shouldn't be over.
A rumor that I read on Rumor Roundup on Cage Side either yesterday or no, there were no rumors yesterday. Either Saturday. No, I was right. Friday or Sunday. They said Kyrie Sane may be out of the women's main event picture for a little bit.
If it's giving us Kyrie and Io as a tag team for a tag team title thing,
you'd be for that?
I'm for that. But if she's not, we're beefing. Because I'm not about to see Lacey Evans get pushed to the top of this card. I'm just not there for that. I'm just not.
Wow, you sound mad.
Big mad, bro. Big mad. I think she is the shits. Like, not Lacey Evans the person. Don't know anything about her, but that Lacey Evans the gimmick, could not give a shit about it. I think it's the fucking worst.
Like, bad worst?
Bad worst.
Not this is so bad.
Yeah, no, not bad good. This is shit.
So it's like early Miz gimmick.
Yeah, but at least there was something to grow on there. I mean, for the person. I mean, there's something there for Lacey Evans. Just not this military woman who is this housewife who's like, women should be in the kitchen making a sandwich. I'm like, what the? Hold up! I thought we were in 20. Once again, I thought we were in 2018. I thought women could do whatever. Why are we telling them to make sure they make sandwiches? It's weird. The feminist in me is like, nah, man, that's not cool. That's just not what's up. That's not what's hot in the streets. And also, the gimmick is just shit. I just don't care for it. I don't. And that's the thing. She does a really cool pinup. It looks great. But, I just don't give a shit. Just don't. Especially, but on the flip side of that, if this gives us more Dakota Kai whooping her ass, I'm for that. Because maybe Dakota Kai and her can fight for the number 1 contender. Because Shayna has... Because Dakota... because I've also been catching up on NXT, Dakota has been beefing with Shayna for the longest.
When was the last time you watched NXT?
Saturday.
No, not TakeOver. I'm talking about the show.
I marathon.
You were behind.
I was. I watched maybe 6 or 7 within the last 2 weeks. I watched maybe 7 or 8 episodes because I was that. I was 10 behind.
Is this Shayna where she's bullying her? Or is this after Dakota Kai stood up to her?
After.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I saw the early bullying stuff too, but
I
also
thought that's where you were. Like,
oh yeah, no, I wasn't.
That's how far we.
Yeah. No, I wasn't. That was the stuff I watched like a couple of weeks ago. But like I caught up to her, like standing up to her and all the other stuff.
Okay.
And then which is why it made sense that she was out there at Takeover. I think they should further that part with Dakota stepping in to try to be the number one contender. If she's got to get through Lacey Evans, that's fine because Lacey's been dunking on her, which has been also annoying me, which is also why I don't care for Lacey Evans because I like Dakota Kai. And like Lacey Evans has been dunking on her like a lot lately. So, yeah. Oh, before we get into more Takeover, I gotta take a second to like shout out Street Profits. Like, I fucking love Street Profits.
Speaking of Street Profits, I love Montez Ford's wife.
Dude, she's also undefeated. I watched her beat Mia Yim, and she can say that she's still
undefeated.
They
let her beat Mia Yim?
Yeah.
Well, no, she's not undefeated. She lost in the Mae Young Classic.
Shh. The EST is undefeated in NXT, okay?
Oh, NXT, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Don't you go counting bullshit. She's undefeated.
Oh, I forgot. I guess they consider the Mae Young Classic part of the pre-show.
That's right. Listen, that's right. Know your fucking NXT facts, brother, okay? Mae Young Classic pre-show, NXT main event. EST is undefeated in NXT. But yeah, also they are the Evolve Tag Team Champions.
Yep.
So I can't wait till they show up to NXT with those titles. They better show up to NXT with those titles. I better see that on my TV.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. So we've been watching NXT for a very long time in this house. Like, you put me back on NXT in all honesty. And one constant in NXT is Triple H and Montez. Not Montez Ford. And D'Angelo Dawkins. D'Angelo Dawkins is like the grandpa.
He had a 6-minute intro.
Yo, D'Angelo Dawkins is the effing grandpa of NXT. Do you remember all his tag team partners besides Ty? I remember Ty was.
Wasn't Jason Jordan one of them?
Was Jason Jordan one of them?
I think Jason
Jordan was one of them. So Ty Dillinger was one of his tag team partners. Jason Jordan was one of his tag team partners. He had maybe it was one or two more other people who have moved on, or either on the main roster or got let go. D'Angelo has made it. Like, I feel like Street Profit, like Montez Ford has pulled in what D'Angelo needed, and D'Angelo's feeding off of that, and then Montez Ford is feeding off of him. Like, we were talking about this in the chat. Like,
think about it.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Dawkins before, before Montez Ford, he was with that black guy.
Yes! I can't remember his name. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. And they were like boneless Street Profits.
Yeah.
But Dawkins will always hack the shit.
Dawkins is always hood. Like, Dawkins was like, even when he had those like ugly ass glasses, and he had the headbands, and he had the suspenders. It was just like,
and the backpack.
Bro, he was a bad Kanye West. Like, he was throwback Kanye. Like, he went through like phases of Kanye dressing. Like, but now here he is, and it makes me really excited for him because I want them to win the NXT Tag Team titles proper. They'll get there, but dang, Montez Ford is amazing. His potential is absurd, and if he can help D'Angelo get to just max out his potential, like even if D'Angelo is like his bodyguard or something like I just want good things for D'Angelo too because we've watched him be there for way too long. Yeah. It's time. I think his time is now. Okay, next match.
We got these guys on the screen. We got Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black. We got Johnny Wrestling versus Tommy Inn. This match was so good.
This match was so physical.
Okay, so like every match on the card just kept getting better because again, like I said, I like the Matt Riddle Cassius Ohno shit that they did.
Oh yeah, it was a quick one that makes sense. It worked.
Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, I'm invested. Yeah. And the women's match, it went by, but you never lost interest in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then this kicked it up a whole notch.
This went next level.
Like I didn't know Aleister could go like this. Like I've seen him against like Almas and stuff, but there was a lot of interference with Vega. So I never actually got to see him have a one-on-one match with someone like I'm not gonna say competent, but someone as proficient as like Gargano or something like that.
It's funny you say that. That was also what I was kind of reading and watching in other like just kind of reviews of the matches that everybody was really impressed with Tommy End with Aleister Black because they hadn't really seen him in a match this like physical and this long. Because even stuff like Almas, like you said, it had interference and like, all this extra stuff. So it was. All his matches have been always kind of like worked within like a time constraint.
Exactly.
And so this one went a good, 20 minutes we got here?
I think so, 20.
This felt like, this was one.
The women's match I think was like 13.
Yeah.
This one was either like 15 or 18. The next match was like 18, 20. And then the next match, the final match was between 22 to 25 minutes or some shit like that.
Yeah. So,
I only glazed at the numbers. I can't really recall off the top.
Honestly, this pay-per-view wasn't long. Like this thing
neither
went,
that or Sunday.
Yeah, shockingly enough. Yeah, that did not
they
feel
were both good.
Yeah, they were.
This was good. This match. Okay,
so Johnny Gargano, I loved him as a heel. I loved every time Aleister Black thought he can like kind of taunt him. He was getting in his face. So Aleister Black does that thing where he does that backflip. And Gargano gave him a knee to the head as soon as he sat down. That was so awesome. It's like, no, you're not playing that game with me, sir. So Gargano is a heel, man, but thinking he's still right is incredible.
It's kind of like I enjoy how both WWE main roster and developmental kind of have the plucky underdog babyface as the top heel, or like one of the top heels.
Yeah,
because Daniel Bryan is one of the top heels that they have on main roster on SmackDown, and Gargano is, even though he doesn't know it, is one of the top heels.
It's wild because everything we were seeing with Gargano lets me to believe that him and Ciampa aren't done. I feel like we're circling back to that, and that's gonna be so good when that story is fully ended, because I still think there's a evil DIY run in there before they turn on each other.
I'm waiting on that.
Yeah, like evil DIY.
Dream might get the title, or someone might get the title, and then they go after the tag teams again. I don't know. There's so many ways.
There's so many ways to but this is that story itself is going to lend itself for a couple more months, longer than that.
But they don't need to be up on the main roster.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying the amount of they've got time to build that, which makes me excited for the future of this.
They built up their whole story.
I know. I'm saying the amount of more matches we can get that are different and won't look the same with Ciampa and Gargano, even though we've seen them do it so often. I think are still unlimited. The potential for them to have this amazing long form story about this tag team going their separate ways and coming back but bad, but then splitting up better. That storytelling and consistency that I want on the main roster. That's why I get so excited. I'm yes, I'm not concerned about them leaving. I'm more so concerned that we get to see all the really good beats to the story get told consistently. And I think we will. So this match was really good. Some of my favorite spots were, like I said, any spot where Black thought he had the upper hand. Gargano basically will hit the flip the ring, come behind him and just knee him in the face or knee him in the head, and just constantly staying on top of Aleister Black. Aleister Black really didn't have a lot of early moments at first. Gargano really controlled a lot of this with just his aggressiveness.
Yeah.
And then Aleister Black
hit him with two black masks.
Woo! Aleister Black.
In between the second black mask, he said, "I absolve you of your sins," and then hit him with the second black mask for the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It was
such a good match.
It was so good. Now, my only question for you about this match: did you think that Ciampa was going to come out during this match?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
I kind of did. I don't know why.
Why?
Yeah, exactly. Why? But I don't know why. But I thought he would.
But for what?
Because he's still
going after his attacker.
I know, which is weird. That's the thing. I'm still not sold on exactly why Johnny hit Black with that car.
Because he was in the way. Think about it. Who was it? Who did Tommaso Ciampa beat for the NXT Championship?
Black.
Exactly. And Black had a rematch But he didn't want the 3-way. He wanted to get his hands directly on Ciampa. In order to do that, you gotta eliminate him.
You know what? Okay. Yeah, that makes the most sense. I don't know why. I would think I was just overthinking it. Because that makes... that honestly makes the most sense. No, honestly. Because I was thinking about it from, like, the perspective that Gargano somehow still sees himself as the good person trying to... No. I think I just confused myself and I overthought it. Because that what you said makes way more sense. Next match, the NXT Championship match.
Okay, so I thought this match was good. The match in which I'm saying this is Gargano and Black. I thought that match was good. Boy, oh boy. Man, Velveteen Dream and Tommaso Ciampa should fight forever.
This match
had everything.
Like a match of the year candidate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you don't put this on there on your list of at least top 5 matches of the year, if not. I'm not going to tell anybody to say this is your number one. It doesn't have to be because I don't think it's mine. Because we've still got time in the year, and I need to go back and see.
Yeah, we got what? One more
pay-per-view for WWE. I think 1 or 2 more for New Japan, and then maybe 1 or 2 more from some of the bigger indies. But like, I want to. Yeah, before I'm gonna start giving a match of the year stuff, I want to make sure I actually see all of the things. But oh my gosh.
Yeah, man.
Somebody and I quote said Velveteen Dream is the closest thing to wrestling prodigy that they've ever seen because of how young he is and how good he is. And I cannot dispute that. Even your boy Randy Orton, even though I'm a hater of Randy Orton, I liked him. Mm-hmm. But Randy Orton won this at that age.
Nah, he didn't have the career. Well, he's still I'm gonna say it. He still doesn't have that charisma as a baby face. That's what I was gonna say.
He fucking struggles with that.
He is an amazing heel.
Yes.
One of the top 3 heels in the history.
I'll fully admit that.
Absolutely. But as a baby face, that's what makes Dream step ahead of him, because Dream was a despised heel.
Oh yeah.
But he is an beloved, cheered baby face. Like his shirt said.
Oh yeah. O-V-A.
Like, yo, this Patrick Clark, you're a godsend for the wrestling business. I look forward to you and my other favorite wrestler, Andrade's Almas fight. It's gonna be so good.
It boggles my mind that he was just... Because I watched some of that season Tough Enough that he was on, and he was just a dude.
Oh, yeah.
He was just a dude on that show.
Yep.
And then he's this?
Yep.
Hard work pays off, brother.
Yep.
Clearly. Like, he never gave up on himself, and that is amazing. And not even just that, the fact that clearly this is something he invests so much of himself in being the Dream, and it pays off. This match had so many false finishes. It was incredibly physical.
Man,
they used both rings.
They pulled pulled up
the
whatever that is.
The mats. They pulled the mats up off the ring. Table. The actual announcer's table got thrown.
They used the bell.
Yeah, Ciampa yelled at Morrow.
Smacked him. No, he smacked his ass.
He didn't smack Morrow. He just yelled at him.
No, he smacked him.
I don't think he smacked Morrow.
It hasn't come up yet.
I don't think he smacked Morrow. No. That would be not nice to do. I'm pretty sure he just yelled at him.
Bro, we're talking about someone that loves to call himself Blackheart.
Very true. Oh my gosh.
It's too early.
The chemistry that Ciampa and Dream had in the ring was...
I think their chemistry is better than Ciampa's and Gargano's, to be honest.
You would not be wrong, pal. Like this... And I think it just had something to do with just the physicality of the match itself. Like, the stuff that Dream does is not the same stuff that Gargano does. And plus, Dream is he's a big dude. He's bigger than Ciampa, like, by a lot. And...
You mean talking about in terms of height?
Yeah. I feel like
Ciampa weighs 210.
Dream's like what 6'5"? That dude gotta be much taller than he's.
Let's see. I'm just gonna look it up.
Yeah. Either way, the fact that this match was what it was, I cannot just talk about how just like the psychology, the physicality, the story told.
6'2".
Okay, 6'2". Ciampa's what, only 5'9", 5'8"?
Probably 5. Yeah. Let's see.
Like they told an amazing story, and every time you thought that the Dream had it, I mean, when he hit that the with the Dream something on the
5'11".
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dream over.
When he hit the Dream over on the title, I thought that was a wrap.
We all did.
Woo. Woo.
Talk about heartbreak.
Yeah. Every year I feel like at some point in the year when it comes to the Big Four, I feel like me and you had this discussion about like, wow, did TakeOver really just like dunk on such and such pay-per-view before a pay-per-view said happened?
Mm-hmm.
And usually it's like a resounding yes. This one less so, not because of TakeOver, but because Survivor Series actually was decent. But man, like TakeOver continuously sets a higher bar.
It's the time. It's the people who can run it. It's just different production. It's just different.
It's
just different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's literally comparing apples to oranges.
Now, do you are you a fan of them not lighting this?
I love that. I love that shit.
Because
especially as a performer.
Yeah, somebody was like, how come they should be like showing how big the audience is? Because like it was sold out. TakeOver sold out. Like that place was sold to the rafters.
Yeah, TakeOver and Survivor Series both sold out. Like,
yeah,
the Big Fours always sell out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously.
But no, I love it because again, like as a performer, as someone that does acting and stand up and shit.
Also, the fact that the ref got the way of the kick was amazing.
That's why I stopped talking.
Yeah, I love that. And he caught the tights.
Yeah.
Like you never have a ref that actually catches the tights getting pulled on the. Not enough.
Not enough.
But see, once again, this speaks to how.
There goes one. The audience wanted that.
Always wanted
the WWE universe wanted that, man.
Like the crisp officiating.
Yeah, what was this at? Like 2 matches ago.
See, that's all I'm saying. There's been one gripe. That's all it is. But this match just continued to impress for as long as it did, and I don't think they're. The War Games match had to really step it up. And what did it do? It did. It did.
I would say it's equal footing.
Yeah, it was just as good. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was better than this match. I'll agree with you that way. Like the performance that Ciampa and Dream put on was spectacular. But Ciampa wins.
Yeah.
And where do you think Ciampa goes from here, John? Do we? I think we still slow burning.
Do you actually want to know? Because I read the spoilers for what was being done this week for NXT.
Yeah, might as well get.
Him and Velveteen are still going to be feuding after this.
I'm okay with after this match.
Yeah,
I'm quite all right with that.
Yeah,
that was right.
Velveteen hits him with the on the next episode of NXT. Velveteen after Ciampa's match with someone. I forget who.
Okay. Spoilers, by the way. Spoilers.
I already said it.
Yeah. Okay.
He hits him with the belt, and then he heals the belt up to end the show.
Okay.
So it's nothing too crazy. I'm not revealing anything else other than that.
Yeah.
But it's good. Like I hope, like, because remember, they filmed that. They filmed that after before the takeover event.
Yeah.
So. They never stated who it was. Not who it was, but who was the champion.
Yeah, that's true.
So I was like, oh, Velveteen holds up the belt. I think that means he's winning on Sunday.
Fingers crossed. But this match Oh my gosh, that spot with the belt was so good. And another, like the false finishes here.
2.75 count.
Man, they were so good. Okay, let's take it home so we can get to the main thing.
We got War Games match. We got
Undisputed Era
against Pete Dunne, Ricochet, and War Machine.
Yeah, War Raiders. See? Yeah, I did it last time. I said War Machine last time. War Raiders.
Oh yeah, I love that one guy, War Machine.
I love that one War Machine fellow.
What a liar. I forget which wrestler said that. Oh, I really wish I could remember that, but whatever.
Can we talk about the Undisputed Era painted their chairs? They're painted chairs for the match. I like this new concept of War Games actually. Before we get to the,
you say you don't?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do. I like them like being in a cage and like having to come out and being locked away. Especially the way they use the cage tonight. They definitely use it in a different way. This match. So it started out with what? Adam Cole and Ricochet, right? I think it was Adam Cole and Ricochet. And they kind of renewed their rivalry, and that was and of course, because Undisputed Era won on NXT, the last NXT, the go home NXT, they got to be the first ones out the gate.
Yeah, they got the 1-man advantage.
Yes, they did. So Kyle O'Reilly came out, and
So for those who don't know, the members of Undisputed Era are Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Adam Cole, Bebe, and
Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
What a name.
He's like my height, my build.
But he likes to break backs, John.
Sure.
You know?
But yeah, that's who's in the Undisputed Era, just in case people need to know.
Gotcha. So, Undisputed Era takes basically the lead on this. Every time that War Raiders and Ricochet kind of have the upper hand, Undisputed Era gets the advantage like pretty quick because it was like every 5 minutes another person comes out of the cage. So they never really had time to see. He didn't smack him. He just yelled at him.
Rewind it.
Okay, They never really had time to get a really solid advantage within the ring. And the really cool spot that I enjoyed was when Bobby Fish locked Pete Dunne in his cell with the extra padlock. That was a pretty slick move. And something, that's the really cool thing about NXT is like the nuances to telling the story, like not just the stuff in the ring, but like the stuff outside the ring.
Oh, you threw something at him. Okay, yeah. Rewind it because you didn't see it.
Okay, see, I'm about to say, I know he yelled at him.
No, he threw something at him. That's why from
your perspective, it was like he smacked him. He gave him that backhand fingers, them hits to the face. He's balling the paper.
So like
nuclear heat. You don't yell at Mauro.
Right.
You leave Mauro alone.
Who do you think you are, you bully?
You bully. You leave Mauro alone. He doesn't deserve that.
Bro, the audience was going crazy.
The audience, dude. Well, that elbow drop happened. Like, I'm sorry, we went away from War Games, but boom.
This match is too good.
Velveteen Dream's elbow drop is so good.
Bro, Ciampa's shoe fell off.
That still didn't make no sense to me. Like, he untied his boot. I thought he was going to use it to hit him with, and he just kind of kept untying it, and then he lost it. It's like, was that?
I legit thought he broke his elbow right here.
I was really afraid because they actually blurred out when they cursed.
But then later, Ciampa also was swearing to his one. Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, back to War Games. The best part of that, we all know what it is. It's the Ricochet show.
And anything Ricochet in that for whatever that was
720.
720. My bad. I mean, between the 720, the Undisputed Era logo chairs, Pete Dunne just coming in and like wrecking everybody.
You know why, right? He's a new dad.
Is it really?
Yeah, he just had a child, I think, over the weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So was he working her too, though? Was the knee injury real? Was that kayfabe?
That was kayfabe.
That's kayfabe.
Yeah, he's a good seller.
Okay, yeah, I think that was kind of one of the better parts of the match, too, was the times where, even when he's there, whenever they work that knee, he's down. And, once again, Undisputed Era has an advantage. Pete Dunne is just that much of a badass. The moment they lose that advantage, Undisputed Era has just working them. Every table spot, even with a there always going to be a broken table every year.
There has to be.
I'm not saying somebody breaking it, but just the leg collapsing. Not actually being used in a spot yet, but just the leg collapsing before getting to the spot. Has to happen.
My favorite one was 2 years ago when Kevin Owens was double stacking the table.
Yeah, and the leg just nope. The leg is nope. I'm not. The leg's nope. Not doing it. Not here for that. Not here for that. No, thank you. Oh my gosh. Does Ricochet in 2 rings? That's basically a playground. I'm surprised he didn't do more jumping from ring to ring. He did that really dope spot.
He probably knew it was going to be a long match.
Yeah. Because when he jumped from ring to ring over the War Raiders to barrel into Undisputed Era, that was...
Remember, he can't really... As a 1v1, you can't really do all the flippy stuff in 2 rings. It looks silly.
It does.
It looks like gymnastics, and we all know wrestlers don't want to be compared to gymnasts.
And it was funny, actually, you mentioned you bring that up. People were being a little, I'm not gonna say little bitches. They were just kind of, their underwear were in a bunch because Ricochet did a 720 and only 2 people tried to catch him. It's
whatever.
Can
you
just
shut up?
Stop.
Shut up.
Just
shut up.
It's okay, I'm sorry that the headlock went 2 seconds. I mean, we can do catch as catch can, but do that over there while I'm over here with the fun stuff, okay? Everybody can love wrestling in all of its forms. That's all I'm saying. So, let's not be nitpicky about things like that. I mean, the match was really good. And even the Undisputed Era didn't win. God, man. Honestly, the storylines here are still the fact that the tag team titles up for grabs between War Raiders and Undisputed Era. The stuff of Pete Dunne and Ricochet title for title is still there,
and with Adam Cole.
That's what I'm saying. Adam Cole is still sneaking around there.
Yep.
I still feel like that outside of that, I still think there's maybe one more one-on-one match between Ricochet and Doom before we get to a triple threat for all the titles. I think
it's gonna be a triple threat, and then after Adam Cole officially is done with this.
Okay. So you're the opposite of me. You think it's gonna happen after? I think
because he's gonna go to the NXT Championship picture. Adam Cole is for sure.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
So he needs to get out of this program. So he's gonna take the pinfall. So he can just get out of the program and then go up from there.
I think if the stuff with Ciampa was happening faster, I would think your stuff would make more sense. I think.
Well, remember they only do War Games every what? Not War Games. The NXT are 4 months.
4 months. So yeah, we actually yeah.
No, they could do that.
Actually, never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna shut up because either way, it's actually viable the way their pay-per-view set. Yeah. So yeah, whatever. Final thoughts on Takeover overall.
Bro, 5 out of 5. Let's go on to Survivor Series.
Yeah. They're really why do we even need to discuss it? We know what it was. It was effing amazing. Survivor Series where we strive for teams of blah, 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 blah.
We're not going to talk about the pre-show match that took place with the tag teams. We're just going to go on to the opening match, was the Women's Survivor Series match.
Can you believe they pulled that?
Oh, they did.
So how far... Okay, so I didn't pay attention to it until the very last match they won and said they were
6-0.
When did they start not counting the tag match? Because I wasn't listening.
No, it was 2 different tag matches.
Right, I'm saying, when did they not count the actual tag team SmackDown? When did they decide not to? So I thought they were first.
No, it was a pre-show match. That's where they're not counting it. They're not counting it because it happened on the pre-show.
So it never counted? So they never said it counted? I thought they said it counted at first.
Nope.
Wow.
Pre-show gets no love, bro. Pre-show gets no love.
Did you see Xavier Woods tweeting about the don't say it? I was like... I love Xavier. He's so great.
That's what I'm saying. Pre-show gets no love.
Pre-show gets no love.
No love. So yeah, WWE scrubbed it out of the history, so we're not going to discuss it.
We're not. I'm honestly why.
Revival took the pinfall, by the way, to the Usos. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Honestly, the last couple.
Fuck.
What? Just a shitty way to disrespect the tag team divisions on both brands.
Literally on both the pre-show and on the show.
And you've got, and then you ended up, I feel like this is a slap in the face to the Usos. The Usos, Revival, the New Day, and I think, what was the other tag team? The last 4 tag teams in the match. A slap in the face to all of those guys because those dudes, those tag teams are worth watching. And they're all really good. And then for them not to even have their match counted for anything.
Because the storyline
is a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So we'll leave that there. Let's get to the women's Survivor Series elimination match, which still had story stuff going on the day of.
Boy, oh boy.
So, let's get to before we get to the Nia stuff, Natalya and Ruby Riott were supposed to be on the Raw team.
Which didn't make any sense because they hate each other.
Ding! A story thread that they actually fixed the leak on. Can you believe? And on the day of and on Survivor Series day,
they stick to
continuity and actually fix it.
WWE loves sticking to continuity on Survivor Series.
Can you believe they actually did it?
The screw job. God damn it.
No, it was and then to put Bayley and Sasha, which is like, I
was happy.
I was happy, but it was also just like, man.
Because they can't from the beginning.
They could have did that from the beginning, and they just can't get to tag team women's wrestling soon enough.
They need to hurry.
They need to hurry the fuck
they are not just Naomi needs to be treated better or get a tag team partner.
Her and Asuka, they both need to be treated better. They both should be in a title contention.
Man.
Sonya Deville, there's a lot of things. There are a lot of
women tag teams with no tag team championship belts.
You have,
after.
Yeah, so this match, honestly, was I'm going to be real, most of the Survivor Series matches were just okay to me. I thought they progressed stories. They weren't bad. They weren't bad. I'll put it like that. They were entertaining, but, in the pantheon of Survivor Series matches, they didn't really set a bar for me. Nia Jax won. She was the sole survivor.
Boy, the heat, man.
The fire.
People would love for that heat.
The fire. So WWE is really leaning into Nia getting this heel thing going, because also remember Nia Jax is supposed to fight Ronda Rousey at some point. So we'll see what that looks like, because based on what we saw from Ronda tonight, maybe there's a turn in face to heel, possibly a rumor that I saw too, or in the discussion thread for her as well. Raw versus SmackDown Intercontinental title. Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke. So hey, Shinsuke lives, huh?
Right? Shinsuke's alive, right?
Shinsuke lives.
This is probably his best match he's had.
And how long?
4 months?
Probably longer.
It's been 4 months.
I'm just being a dick. I'm being a dick. It's only been 4 months. Yeah, it's because he's had some good stuff. He had some stuff with Jeff Hardy too. That's pretty good. But that was.
It wasn't money.
They weren't that. But I'm just saying it's been a while.
Yeah,
it has been a while. This match, once again, Shinsuke doesn't have any storylines going on. We all know that Seth Rollins is embroiled with Dean Ambrose over the Shield stuff and the stuff with Roman and his cancer. So there wasn't really much at stake here besides SmackDown and Raw. And Seth Rollins won, so Raw got another win.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, this was just a good exhibition match.
It was a really good back and forth. Like, it was one of those matches that you didn't know who was going to win, because the crescendo was perfect. They were reversing finishers and signature moves and all that stuff, and then he reversed the final Kinshasa to a stomp.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That was good.
I half of me was expecting some Ambrose interference.
You know, I thought about it, but I was like, nah, this is brand warfare. Ambrose doesn't care about that.
Which is why I thought there would be interference, because he doesn't care about who wins or loses. That's what. See, once again, we're doing the opposite thinking thing. Like you're making sense, but like I feel like I'm making sense too, because Ambrose is a wild card, so he can literally do both things, and it would make sense for him. Like it's just like it's Ambrose. He could do that, or he couldn't. Either way, he's gonna beat the shit out of somebody, and then. It's probably gonna happen tonight, actually, because tonight is Monday and it's a Raw time of year. It's a Raw time. Oh, there he is on the screen. It's like we summoned Dean Ambrose to television, and there he is, burning his shield vest again.
They're just showing the. Does it say last week, right?
Yeah. Last Monday.
Yeah, last Monday. He throws the vest into the flaming trash.
Oh, everybody's so angry.
The shield blows up. The fist blows up, and not in like the cool like fist pound blow up.
It was just
but like
fire.
Just fire.
Yeah, it's just fire.
He was like, the shit was trash, yo.
Fire.
But yeah, that was a really good match.
No, Raw Tag Champs versus SmackDown Tag Champs.
Yeah, that was another good one. That was actually really good.
The beefy battle.
Yeah, I'm actually glad. Two funny moments actually in that in that match. The first one is when Big Show makes Drake Maverick piss himself.
Oh my gosh,
that was great. And then also during the disruption of that guy we're not going to talk about was also
was during this time.
During that match, yeah. Sheamus had a reaction, a face. I want to say Brian Zane. Has Sheamus' reaction when it's happening.
Oh my gosh. I think I may have liked it because I was at work, so I only saw like the top of his head, but I saw like the caption.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go back and look at that.
Yeah. So it was funny.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it was cool. Pretty good religious hoss fight. Just
beefy boy battle.
Agile hoss fight because all those boys got moves.
Yeah.
So like it was just a hard hitting. It was good.
Yeah.
AOP won. Arthur's Pain won against the Bar, which is expected because they're the new champs.
Mm-hmm.
The Bar can lose.
The Bar can lose.
The Bar can lose. AOP can't, of course.
No.
So that was one of those wins that had to happen.
Yeah.
If they didn't win that was just like what did they win the belts for?
Yeah.
So like that's
no doubt. No
so
doubt.
That
you gotta build them up.
That made a lot of sense. Next match.
Yeah. This was fire. Buddy Murphy, man.
Oh, Mustafa Ali, boy.
His story is great.
And it's just like, man, it's just really good chemistry.
205 Live does not need to be like that third hour of Raw. You could just like insert 205 Live stuff into that and just make it a part of Raw and don't even call it 205 Live. Just call it Raw and just put the Cruiserweight guys in that slot in like a couple of those slots and with the women.
They don't want to make NXT their third brand. They need a third brand.
They need a third brand? Is that like our code? They need a third brand.
No, 205 Live is a third brand. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, there's
even though
NXT is a third brand?
Well, 205 Live and NXT are basically damn near the same thing.
This is making my head hurt.
On to the next match.
You know what? On the next match, but real quick, Buddy Murphy has come a long way.
Oh,
good for this cat,
boy.
Yeah, having him win at the Super Show in Australia was money.
No, that pro move.
Yeah, I can't wait for Cedric and him to come back around and do a bigger match. And for somehow Mustafa Ali, his story.
Ali probably gonna win at Mania.
Yeah, his story is a Mania moment waiting to happen.
Like his Spanish. Okay, so we gotta take a moment. We have to just take a moment to admire Mustafa Ali's Spanish fly.
Anywhere, anytime, any place. Just a kiss, a chef's kiss of perfection. You want a Spanish fly off the table? Yes, you have it. You want it off the top rope? Yes, please have it there. Oh yes, second of baby there too. Why not?
Off the ground,
sure. Off the ring apron to the ground. Spanish fly all around. Good for you.
And then Oprah pops up. You get a Spanish fly.
Like under your chair. It's like, wait, did I just get flipped from a Spanish fly under a chair?
Yep.
Fucking sick. Mustafa Ali is his WrestleMania moment may be like the pop of just pops. Like I really want to like just lose my shit over him winning the title, like legit.
His pop when he wins that Mania is probably gonna be up there when Bryan won.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ha ha.
If they don't put on the pre-show.
Yeah.
I am being so serious
No,
about that.
Nick, that's why I say if with you, because we on the wavelength there.
Okay.
If, because listen, remember when Austin Aries and Pac had like, we don't.
Neither of them are with the company.
Oh, and they're both doing amazing.
Pac's gonna be on Defiant Wrestling again. Yes, I am excited about that.
Yo,
bro, how you? Okay, so this isn't funny, but it's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
So someone put a picture of when you wait out your contract versus when you get fired from WWE.
Yo.
It had Pac fucking
ripped his ripped self.
And then it had Big Cass being big.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not funny, but it's funny as hell.
It's funny. Fried. You had to do it like that, Twitter.
They did.
The internet is undefeated, but we always say that. That's like our running joke in the chat.
Well, it's the real. It's reality.
It's real as fuck.
Boy, that was great. That power. Dude.
Yeah. Anything that the War Raiders...
I was in and out of this match.
Yeah. Anything the War Raiders did was just like... Their power moves were sick. Just redonkulous.
To me, they're a better heavy machinery.
I agree. I love me some heavy machinery. You know my love for heavy machinery. But
they do what they do, but better.
They are agile heavy machinery.
Yes.
And they're intimidating. They're bigger. Yeah. They're intimidating. Like their whole look and gimmick just like it feels like raw.
My dumbass almost called Donovich Tugboat.
You know what? But you know, like you're not far off. Like,
right.
Tucky and Donovich, my boys, my beefy boys. God, I love this heavy machinery. Oh man. Okay. Men's Survivor Series elimination match. Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, and Lashley win for Team Raw.
Balor and Ziggler were the only two Raw people eliminated, which is really offensive.
See, this may have been the lowest point of the show for me.
Oh yeah,
which is weird.
It wasn't even a bad match.
No, which is why I say it was weird.
This is like literally on a scale of 1 to 5. This is a 3-star match.
Yeah, yeah.
But like okay, so there were a lot of cool spots in this match. There were several.
Okay, I was in and out, so put me on.
Okay, so one of the cool spots was the animosity between Drew McIntyre and Balor.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre kept tagging himself in, so Finn kicked him.
Yeah.
So he could get in, and then like a little bit later, Finn ended up being eliminated. That was dope. Samoa Joe got eliminated within like the first 35 seconds of the match.
Which blew my mind because I turned my head to watch more of the game, and I came back and I was like, "Well, where did
Samoa Joe?" Supposedly he's working with an injury, which was
okay because you saw I had my lips prepared for a what the fuck.
Also, another thing that people are trying to say that I've been reading on is that it's to show just how strong Drew McIntyre is.
I guess, but I'm hoping it's to show how strong he is because he just came back from being hurt, right? Like, wasn't he injured? He was injured.
You talking about Joe?
Yeah.
Joe, they say he's working with injury.
That's what I'm saying, but he came back recently from...
Yeah, but he's still injured.
Oh, so it's the same injury?
Yeah, he's just working with it until he actually gets time off, supposedly. Was a thing that I read.
Okay.
But I didn't want to talk about it until we actually got to the match.
Okay, no, I mean, we're there. This is it. I mean...
Shane McMahon hit a nice coast-to-coast off Ziggler again.
I thought that was hilarious that the Miz made him like go up to both sides and do that. Like Shane's like huffing and puffing like an old man. I'm like, boy, you barely wrestle. You better get your ass up there and do that thing. Like your dad put you out there to do two things: fall through tables and go coast to coast, motherfucker. That's what they paid this guy.
He gave you a trophy for that, bro.
Yes, he gave you a fucking trophy for that. For goddamn it, you better do your job, Shane. Goddamn job, Shane. Do your goddamn job, Shane. It's like I'll get my better son to do it.
So, did you just call Stephanie his son?
No. Oh. Who's Stephanie's husband?
Oh, you called Triple H's son.
Oh.
Shut up. I need those shares.
Dude, those undisputed era chairs.
I need those in my life. Great. They are nice.
And also, if we're calling anybody Vince McMahon's son, is Shawn Michaels.
You mean Adam Cole?
Shawn Michaels 2.0?
For like literally,
dude.
And that's Triple H's son right there, Pete Dunne.
It's so true. Oh my god, it's so true.
Not done yet. And Ricochet is the Rock's son.
Yes. Wow, all the offspring, like they're reincarnated selves for the future of WWE.
And Becky Lynch is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Makes it, yeah, accurate. Yeah, hell yeah.
That was nice.
Goddamn kid. Alright.
So speaking of
women's matches, let's go.
Wow, we were on the same wave again.
Let's go.
Do this. Okay, so this match, I want to say was it wasn't as good as the last woman standing match.
It wasn't.
Oh boy, it was like a 4.5 rating.
Charlotte, I am not ready to be completely sold on Ronda Rousey. Not yet. I would say she did very well. But I'm
rolling very hard. Guys.
He is. You can. But this is the thing. I am more impressed with the people that Ronda has worked with who have made her look very good, and that continued last night because Charlotte and her did some work before Charlotte went haywire. This was just a good physical match. And
reversals.
And
this was like legit wrestling.
I was taken aback. I freely admit, like I'm not the biggest Ronda. Her promos suck. Her promos,
her Twitter game, her promo skills,
are ass. But when she gets in the ring, and she, because here's the thing too, we haven't seen her really be physical yet. Last night, Ronda got to be physical with somebody who's on her level of physical, there's a physicality and actual like body type.
An athlete,
like Charlotte Flair is a fucking.
No, she's like jacked.
He's jacked. She is like Ric Flair. Ric Flair was at his top, he was in shape.
Well,
but
before Ric Flair lost all that weight from the plane crash, he was a jack.
Yes,
he was like 350.
I'm about to say them Flair kids.
Oh yeah, they got
the beef genes. Even that's the thing. Like Charlotte Flair is built like a volleyball player, but she's built like a muscular volleyball player who could whoop your ass.
I love me. You know me. I love me some volleyball.
Listen, her and Ronda, not just her and Ronda, put on a fucking show.
They tore the house down. The ending actually was perfect too.
Yeah, I like the Bears game that started getting kind of close, and I didn't even care. Like I was in that match in that moment, and it was tremendous. Seeing Charlotte Flair go nuts like that and get disqualified, and just showing that true just angry side of her, because I don't think we ever saw that really. We saw Charlotte Flair at the heel
So we saw minor hints and tastes of it, especially with her feud with Paige over the Divas Championship when Paige brought up Charlotte's dead brother, and we saw her kind of snap barely. But that was when Charlotte was still evolving as a character, so she wasn't even at that level where she could have did this yet.
Yeah, but we also saw. I still go back to that match with her and Sasha in NXT where they were slapping each other with extensions.
When Sasha was pulling on edges.
Yes, extension fight happening in a figure four, that emotion that I saw in the NXT match. I felt that here. This is Charlotte. This is grown up Charlotte. That was teenager Charlotte with that stuff.
This is
grown woman Charlotte, snapping. How many she pulled out? 2 kendo sticks?
2 kendo
when
sticks.
She pulled the
two chairs.
So when she pulled out the second kendo stick, I was like, oh, she gonna have Becky come out and help her? Nope. No. She didn't need no help. That was her. Yeah, she just needed 2 because she was going to break one on Ronda Rousey.
I didn't remember seeing this part. I only read about this.
Yeah, they took forever.
This was a joke.
No, they took forever to get it out.
They double locked it.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle O'Reilly went and got which is hilarious because they spent a lot of time showing showing Bobby Fish with the keys and then chucking him in the audience.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was hilarious. I enjoyed the hell out of that. But back to Charlotte and Ronda, that ending with Charlotte just beating the brakes. Just the full on, just beating the piss out of Ronda was wonderful. It felt so good to watch. It was like the episode where Butters sees Cartman get his ass whooped by Wendy. Like, my face was like Butters' face. I was like, yes! I was so happy. I was ecstatic. And, oh, I cannot wait until Ronda and Becky meet at WrestleMania. That match, I don't know how we get there. When we do,
there's rumors circulating this might be a triple threat, and I'm not even mad.
Of her, Charlotte and Ronda?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of don't want that, but okay, I'm not mad at that. But I'm also interested to see where Charlotte's character goes.
Yep.
After this, because
and Becky's character, both of their characters.
I don't think they'll be buddies, but I don't think they'll be.
They'll have a love-hate, kind of very similar to Randy Orton and Edge.
I think, I kind of think this gets us back in the sets thing in motion for the 4 Horsewomen.
Yep.
And I'm ready for that. It's been nice
because the other 3 MMA Horsewomen have been putting in work.
Yes, they have. Shayna's better than Ronda. I'm still saying that.
Character-wise, yes. Wrestler-wise,
Do you think? Oh, really? I don't know.
I haven't seen.
I still think Shayna better in the ring.
She hasn't gone against opponents like Charlotte and stuff yet. So like
Ronda only wrestled Charlotte though. At least Shayna actually went through that Mae Young Classic, and just because Kairi Sane isn't as big as Charlotte Flair, let's not dismiss her. Like, she's still one of the best women's wrestlers, not just best wrestlers in the world. So I would still think that Shayna Baszler has the upper hand in terms of wrestling, just experience in the ring. I mean, Ronda was amazing. I'm not gonna knock that, but she still gotta do that again, and not just with Charlotte. I'll put it to you like that.
You always say that. You keep saying
I'm not saying... Dude, she had one match. She wrestled Charlotte. If she comes out and wrestles Nia, and even though that's a whole different
But that was a good match they had as well. Her and Nia had a good match as well.
Yeah, but it was still short, and it was still, I'm saying this. I want to see her be as physical...
With other people?
Because she wasn't even that physical with Nia, if we're being honest. That was a good match, but they played to run. Yeah, they both played to their strengths, and neither one of them at that point. You couldn't tell Ronda to be physical at that point in time yet. Even when she was wrestling Kurt Angle, she only did a couple slams. She wasn't getting that. And then she was in a match with Kurt Angle and Triple H. 2 guys who are very much so going to protect her and make sure that everything she does looks great. So,
but her best moments of that match were with Stephanie McMahon.
I'm not going to dismiss that. That's true. I just want more of a body of I'm saying body of work. If you look at Shayna Baszler's work and you look at Ronda Rousey's work, I still think Shayna Baszler has the better just work rate right now. That can totally change, especially the way Ronda's actually now on the roster, fully now. She's not on Raw, not on Raw. She's here now consistently. When that's happening, yeah, I'm gonna say cool. She's closer. I'm not saying she's completely not there. She's much closer. She's still gotta work on her promos. She cannot talk. Oh my God, the Millennial Man and the avocado toast. It was what are they doing? Don't do that to her. She's supposed to be this badass, but she sounds like some old dude, some old dude yelling at millennials about them not helping the economy. It just doesn't make any sense.
Goddamn internet.
Yeah, don't do that to her. She is on her way. I just think that Shayna Baszler is further along, which could also add to a good storyline at some point down the road when Shayna gets bigger than Ronda, which I can absolutely see happening because Shayna is a beast. But that's further down the road. And I do, and this was a really good match with Ronda. I'm interested to see what she comes out and does tonight on Raw. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen her just yet because we do have Raw in the background, and she has yet to show up. But her and Becky have been beefing heavy on the Twitter machines the past couple of hours, and even after the match last night too. So.
Yeah. He's really good match.
Yeah, Charlotte Flair, man. Good, like this. Everybody was so bummed about Becky not being in this match, and I didn't even think about Becky being in this match. That's not knocking her. That was just how good this match was.
Yeah.
Like, it just took away that disappointment that we weren't getting Becky and Ronda.
I think that's what actually made it even better.
We were
just so heartbroken.
Yeah,
to see it.
Yeah, and then we got to see
But we got to see a dream match though.
Yeah, no, we did early too. Like,
yep.
Yeah, no doubt. No,
they're really trying to make Survivor Series still feel important.
Yeah,
we got 3 dream matches.
Which I appreciate that actually. Like,
yeah,
well, like,
3 dream matches on the card.
Let's get to the third dream match then.
Third dream match, we got our boy heel Dan Bryan versus
Bork Laser.
Bork, the fighting undisputed reigning 2-time Universal Champion.
Bork Laser.
Bjork!
Bjork.
Lesnar.
I
want to fight you, bro. We can meet and fight. I don't give a fuck.
You keep saying that, and I just don't. I don't want that to happen. I like you. I love you, man. I don't want that for you.
Hey, Daniel Bryan could put up a good fight.
Yeah, let's get into it. And he was getting his ass.
Oh, no. That was all part of the plan. See,
clearly.
He Mike Tyson him or Muhammad Ali him, whatever. Either or.
He rope-a-doped him,
made him tired, and then beat his ass.
You know what? And I was thinking about that because it was like the way he jumped out of that F8 to like throw off the ref. F8, right? The F5. Because he hit him with the F5 so many damn times, it felt like the 8th when he threw at him.
Was it Suplex City or F5 City?
I couldn't tell you. Because listen, he suplexed him and F5 him so much, I literally thought that was like the 8th time he got F5 because that was when
I'm shocked
he got the ref. He hit the ref. Like
I'm just shocked that no website yet has the numbers posted of how many were done each.
Dude. Daniel Bryan this was, as fans, we're wrestling fans, obviously. We're like, oh, this is a dream match. But we also care for these people as individuals. Daniel Bryan has had a lot of fucking concussions.
And neck injuries.
We've sat here and watched some of his most, like, brutal matches.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Some of his Ring of Honor stuff with Nigel McGuinness.
The stuff he had with Rollins.
I mean, all stiff, just very, like, I'm getting teary-eyed, not because I'm crying, but because it hurts to think about some of the stuff he's done to himself.
And don't forget about all those diving headbutts.
Thank you. I was just about to get there. Like, he has taken the maximum amount of pain you can take for his body type.
Which is our body
type. Which is why I get so invested in him, but also I'm very concerned for him because I'm a delicate fucking flower. I will freely admit that. Like, I'm an asthmatic. I've got like knee issues. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have arthritis. Like, it's all downhill for me. Like, I look great, but I am creaky. I hurt on the inside. So seeing my man. Basically, like, the Suplex City count meter basically lost count at some point last night.
Inconcerned with.
Yo, it was like that Simpsons meme where it's like, stop it, he's already dead. And then Brock Lesnar picks up his head after, like, he was gonna pin him. He's like, nope, no. And then Daniel Bryan heal him. So, that makes more sense when you say that he played possum, because the way he got out of that F5 and kicked the ref, that didn't seem like an accident. That seemed more like, okay, I'm glad you thought that. You said that out loud, because part of me wanted to believe that, but I didn't want to like say it out loud, because I was like, I didn't want to lend too much credence to like, that's actually some good storytelling.
Oh, it was.
But it was, because
I'm actually excited.
The moment that happened, yes, because it was Dick Kick City, right? Daniel Bryan kicked Brock Lesnar right in the fucking dick. And then it was time for Daniel Bryan to go to work.
Yep. And boy, oh boy, did he go to work.
Went to town on
went
Brock
for the
Lesnar's legs. It was to the point that Brock Lesnar could not get him up for an F5. And it was like, oh shit.
Right?
Maybe me, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, American Dragon, all these yes, no, yes, man.
All right, so I'm just gonna be real. I was rooting for Lesnar.
That's fine.
Because I'm like, ain't no way this guy can beat. That's how upset I was about Bryan.
Yeah,
I'm like, ain't no way this guy can beat Lesnar, but Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman. Yeah. You know, like I was in my head, I was having a tangent. I was like, oh right, he's a bad guy. I was like, yeah, I don't feel bad about this,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Only time we'll ever hear people hear a cheer for Lesnar, man. That's how good Bryan is.
That was, I wasn't fully invested in this match at first, and then by the ending, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
I want more of that.
Yeah.
I'm
actually glad we got that into the styles.
I am too, because there was nowhere else for them to go with that unless they made a full program out of that, and that's not happening.
No,
which is disappointing, because that's what kind of bugs me about Brock Lesnar, because he was on last night. And we've watched some of his matches where it took Braun Strowman punching him in his forehead before he fucking got his life together and showed up for a match to actually do some stuff. Like, when Brock Lesnar wants to wrestle, God, is he good?
Yeah.
Like, but we had this discussion, but it always just, why the money you're paid
that table.
Yeah, that broken table. There it is. The money you're paid to wrestle, why don't you give that effort every time out when you know you're only going to be used that one fucking time, so you can go gung-ho. It's not like you got to show up on Monday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's not like you got to go to Monday Night Raw and do this again. You got to just show up, do some suplexes.
Jig a little bit.
Do your jig. Do the thing. Do the roar. Like, do the thing where you pop your chest and show the sword. And make sure Paul does a thing where he holds the belt up.
Right.
And take your money and be on your way. Like, do that with every match. And not just this match. But
it really depends on who he works with.
You know what? And that's part of the other thing, too. Like, it shouldn't matter who he works with.
No, it kind of does. Because let's be real. Braun Strowman versus anyone else other than Roman Reigns. Outing. Samoa Joe, currently in WWE. Any other matches he's had against anyone else other than AJ Styles.
But that's...
You know what I mean? So, again, that's...
on Brock and not...
No, that's on the performers. It takes two to tango.
I agree.
I even use that as the argument for what happened in 2016 with him versus Dean Ambrose.
But Dean is on the record saying he wanted to do stuff, and Don's like, nah.
I know that, but look at Dean Ambrose's work in 2016. Nothing was fucking spectacular. You know what I mean? Like, again...
Yeah, I mean, you're right, but he was still the WWE champion that year, so, I mean...
Bray Wyatt was WWE.
Okay, fine. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just saying.
No, you're right.
Like, Lesnar is the man, depending on his opponent, is all I'm saying. If he wants to go with someone that wants to go, he'll go. That's why him and Kurt Angle... That's why, I was watching an interview with Kurt Angle a few months ago that Kurt Angle was like, Brock Lesnar is the greatest opponent I've had inside that ring because he's just like him.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, we saw last night when he did with Daniel Bryan. For that match told a story of like David versus a Goliath, except heel David, and it worked.
Yes,
and it worked really well, and I want more of that. So it still didn't beat out what Ronda and Charlotte did, but. This was good.
And on a 4-star match.
Yeah, man. I mean, and what was funny was the guy in did you see the guy in the front row who was like super disappointed? He was like, put his hand up like, man, like, ugh. Mm-mm. Oh, I'll show you that gif. He was so hurt that Daniel Bryan didn't win. It was great. WWE has been really good at getting reactions of fans when people don't win or lose.
Ever since WrestleMania 30.
Yeah, they've been doing a really good job of getting fan reactions because this cat was like, he was so hurt. He was like hand up, just mouth agape, he wanted that win for Daniel Bryan. It was wonderful. Final grade for Survivor Series.
I give Survivor Series 4 out of 5 stars.
I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5. The Survivor Series matches could have been better. Everything else though, including the pre-show match, and honesty, That was also a banger, but
didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Because
SmackDown won. But it was one of the better matches of the night as well.
So speaking of working the legs, right? So when Kalisto hurt his leg, Xavier Woods exclaimed, "Go for the leg!" Like similar to Karate Kid.
Oh my gosh.
But Kalisto actually hurt his leg, so that's made it even funnier. It's like a double on time.
Such a dick. That's great.
It was great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Closing remarks.
Oh my gosh, TLC, man. I am looking forward to the end of the year for wrestling. There is so much wrestling still to be had. I mean, once we're done with this show, we're going to sit here and watch some Raw, and I'm going to watch some World Tag Team action here for New Japan in a little bit. But man, it is. Oh, dude, we didn't even talk about it. Survivor Series are going to be here next year, right?
Oh, right. Yeah,
dude,
Survivor Series is going to be in Chicago.
Bro, Survivor Series, if the WWE carries on as it has, which looks promising to me, like even though I'm like, at times with the television stuff, the pay-per-views have been decent lately. Like they've been getting better lately. I feel like Royal Rumble. There are a lot of irons in the fire because the Daniel Bryan Miz stuff. Look, how wild would it be if we get to WrestleMania and Miz is the face and Daniel Bryan's the heel for the Mania match of those two and it's for a title? Like, there's so many.
And Miz wins.
And dude, there's so many really cool things that could happen within the next year.
So, this is my prediction for next year's Survivor Series, right? So, tag teams is gonna be AOP. They're gonna hold on to these belts for a really long time.
I don't see them losing them. I think the Revival's time window is closed for a bit.
Not done yet.
Oh.
Versus the Revival because they switched brands, so they're gonna have an NXT rematch essentially.
Okay. I'll ask you in my closing remarks. Once I make my closing remarks, I have a question for you.
Okay. For the women's championship match, we have Sasha Banks as the SmackDown Women's Champion versus Bayley as the Raw Women's Champion. We have Laura Sullivan as the U.S. Champion going up against Bobby Roode as the Intercontinental Champion. As the Intercontinental Champion. And then for the big belts, we got Finn Balor as the WWE Champion going up against Seth Rollins, who is the Universal Champion.
Wow, you've got some high hopes there for 2019.
High hopes.
Shit.
Fox better bring me my shit, yo.
Oh man, Fox better run John his fucking picks, bro. So my closing arguments is that I think for the betterment of the WWE, you gotta abolish this brand stuff, man. I think the brands are holding back some of our better matches.
I think the brands are needed though, because if you focus around the same,
I don't think that's the dude. That's literally the problem with the brand split right now. How many times have you? Okay, you don't watch Raw. I watch Raw. I have watched Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins wrestle for the past 40 weeks. And before Roman Reigns left, I watched him wrestle Dolph Ziggler and Mr. Claymore kick for 40 million weeks. And I also watched Braun Strowman somehow get pancaked in between there for another 40 weeks.
And then got turned heel.
Like what? So you can't tell me that the brand split is working when you're not even using everybody on your brands. Hold on, let me finish because I'm going to finish my closing statement with this. I think for the betterment of more interesting matches, not boring the shit out of people in the third hour of Raw. I mean, you can at least have more talent for the possibility of being on TV on both brands. It shows that the WWE is as big as we want to believe, because the other problem to me is that WWE makes itself look smaller by comparison when it splits the brand, because like I said earlier, you only see 4 or 5 guys matches when you have these big fucking rosters of dudes who can all go, who can all tell a story, and you're telling me that in 2019 there's a possibility that all 8 of these men we're watching on NXT TakeOver and War Games could be up there and be in some like floundering ass storyline that would and be because their brand splitting shit would just like take the piss out of me. I think that the better stories to be told can be told continuously, especially now that they're not going to be back to back, which means you can have all your talent on Raw and have all your talent on SmackDown for Friday, once the Fox stuff starts next year. You can do that, and you can tell us a nice story at the beginning of the week, and then book in it for the ends, for like what happened, how do you continue with the stuff that happened on Monday. Let's see what happens on Friday night. Gives you more of a reason to tune in on Friday. Not just the possibility, okay, which brand did it better this week? Like, I'm tired of this fake competition of Raw versus SmackDown. I don't give a shit, which is part of the reason why I didn't give Survivor Series a 5. That's because those Survivor Series matches were so forced and nobody cared.
The most memorable Survivor Series, 1997. Remember, it's like that guy won with like a sidewalk slam. Survivor Series matches have never been good.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not saying that they need to be like A+ winners, but at least just give us like at least that like last year when SmackDown invaded Raw and like dunked on everybody. That was a good setup for them wrestling the Survivor Series. I actually like that. This year,
Siege.
Yeah, Under Siege. I mean, there's something there, but you can't do that every year. And you can't. And that's the thing. That's the other thing too. You're going to run out of stories to tell for SmackDown versus Raw when it's literally just, oh yeah, red versus blue. Like, no. So get fresh. Let everybody just be on both brands. You have more competition for tag teams, especially if we want to start talking about a women's tag team division. You got to have them both on one brand. You can't split, because that's the other thing too. The women's division is hamstrung because you got half and half. That's already a tiny bit of women wrestling still. I mean, even though the roster for women is actually a decent size, when you split that up to 2 shows, it shrinks dramatically. So do what's best for all your people, even if not everybody has to be on the show at once. Which is why I like Survivor Series. Like, we didn't... Yeah, I know we're talking about Orton not being on the show, but you know what? Orton and a couple other like main SmackDown dudes weren't there. They can take a break, have some time off. It's okay. So just give your rosters a chance to freshen up and shine in different ways, and not keep giving us the same old Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose versus Braun Strowman versus maybe Elias this week. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I get that, but
yeah, that's my final thought on because I thought about that was my main thought process leaving Survivor Series. Is like, man, none of this mattered because none of this had any stakes to it for either brand besides brand supremacy.
The only argument that I have for your counter argument, and I believe that this is probably the definitive factor, which is why I don't think it's gonna matter, is because they got to get better writers. Like, without better writers, they're not going to utilize their roster. They're not going to have much needed matches. We're hopefully in an all great world, we get Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the Universal title. In my dream world, remember I said I wasn't gonna watch wrestling.
Yeah, you were holding out for that.
Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna watch wrestling anymore after if I didn't get Lesnar versus Lashley at SummerSlam.
And lo and behold, there are 2 screens of wrestling in front of you right now that you're watching wrestling on.
So it is what it is. But again, without the proper writing.
But that's still on Vince, though. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Like, that argument will hold more weight if Vince wasn't. The buck still stops with Vince McMahon. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. The writing needs to be better.
So you're saying Vince needs to go? Come on.
I've already owned up some Randy Orton babyface hate, so yes, I'm ready on Vince McMahon to retire.
There you go.
From being the head of... There it is. What is it called? What's that shit called? Writing whatever.
Creative
control. No, creative control is the shit you get in your contract.
I'm sorry. Creative services?
I don't remember.
I don't know. But I know what
Yes, he needs to stop being a creative head.
Yeah.
And let actually the writers do what they do. Because I'm pretty sure if someone's writing some
that's so that's the thing. We see Becky. We know it's like someone's like Becky.
Her.
I don't know. But I think some of it is her, but also some of it is the right.
No. I'm going back even further.
Oh.
We can even go back to the list of Jericho. Come on, a list getting over.
Yeah.
A writer got that through, and Vince McMahon was probably like, "Yeah, this will fucking suck. Let's see what happens."
And that wasn't Jericho?
No, it was Jimmy Jacobs that came up with the list.
Oh, that's right. That was a Jimmy Jacobs. That was his only bit. I forgot about that.
There are fire writers. Well, he's no longer with the company because of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
But there are some writers that actually have good stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I was trying to pull out of you because I was like, it's not the writers. It's one person.
Yeah, it's just Vinnie Mac. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one person. Yeah. I don't disagree with you. I think if he wasn't in control, yeah, sure, you can do a brand split. But that day isn't happening for a while.
Nah, this man still only sleeps 3 hours a night.
Yeah, so
what do you think he's me?
Right, both of us, shit. Like, so he needs to. He's not rein it in.
He's just
burn
terrorizing
it down.
us.
Terrorizing.
Yeah.
Haha. Let terrorizing do it. Let the blue blood get in there. Let
Hunter.
Hunter get in there and do the that's the thing.
We just watched
NXT Takeover be amazing.
Don't get me wrong, Survivor Series was decent.
But it wasn't Takeover.
It wasn't Takeover.
It wasn't Takeover.
But remember, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you don't do that. Yeah, and neither do I. I don't either. We had this discussion, and I think it's fair. You can't do that.
Does it not make the show better?
Exactly. Ding, ding, ding.
Anything else?
No, man. I think this was a show. This was a fun weekend. I was ready. I was so excited to talk about wrestling today because it was like, man, even though this wasn't the best show, this was the best weekend of wrestling.
We're not complaining. We're not
Dude, we were so fucking down last week. I didn't even try to listen to us because I sat back and reflecting on that show. I was like, damn, we had a really fucking downer of an episode because it was just Crown Jewel. It was he who shall not be named brother. We just had to go through the drizzling shits, but here we are. We got through the drizzling shits, and it was wonders. Yeah. But I mean, and also Evolution was good.
No, I'm about to say
Evolution was decent. I did say on Twitter, it was underwhelming to me, and I stand by that. But it was not a bad show. I just thought it could have been better if they had
switched the main events. That's it. And that show would have been
and give some of the ladies some stories to build into those feuds for those fucking battle royals. But that's beyond me. That's we're in the past, brother. Moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. It's been 3 Count Nation. We are signing out.
Peace.